Okay, this video is called Chords and Words. So I was teaching lately with a younger student, and oftentimes when I'm writing on the fly here as well, oftentimes when I'm teaching like really young students, I'll use different ways to explain things. Now when I say different ways, I mean ways that they'll grasp a lot easier, and it leaves a more lasting impression on them, rather than me as a teacher just saying, hey, this is the way it is, do it this way. So what happened was, we're doing Silent Night, it's that time of year, and what happened was, we were doing A, D and E chords. Now, as I've seen other teachers do, I'd strum at them at times with their regular A, D and E major chord. But what happened was, the second I'd switch onto a different variation of A myself, could be a bar chord, could be a slight triad of it, could be a bit of a lead line, my student would suddenly got a bit put off. And I said, well, do you know when you saw me do that, did you think you're meant to change chord? And said, yeah, which is a very normal response. Some students, their ears will just let them know straight away and they'll go, hold on, what he's doing looks different, but it sounds pretty all right. But this time it didn't, and that can happen. So I use this example, words and chords. I said, do you know, there's many different ways I said to say the same thing. So I said, you know, we'll use the word hot. And if somebody was to say it's hot outside, what would be another way they could say that? And this student, it was great, they said, oh, say it's boiling. And we had all these examples. We had like hot, boiling, we had roasting. Roasting was my one. I left out the G and all. I said it's important, in Ireland we leave out the G. And I said, if anybody came in to a house and said, God, it's hot outside, or it's boiling outside, or it's roasting outside, it generally would mean the same thing, wouldn't it? And my student goes, yeah. Now at this stage I'm opening up the possibility that many different things can represent the same meaning. And then I mapped onto our chords here. I said, well, you know, when you play your A, that's one shape. And sorry, chord shapes. This could be a better definition here. And I said, well, you're doing one type of A, and that's like saying it's hot. And then I'm doing my own type of A, because I said sometimes you can have more detailed descriptions of things. Like if I said, you know, at the minute the sun is burning at an approximate temperature of whatever degrees, and this is causing this that's a lot of information. Whereas if I said, Jesus, boiling outside, covers the same thing, blanket term. This is the blanket term chord, it's an A major chord, just the regular A. And then I was saying I can do a special type of one called the A bar chord. Then I talked about how those different ones like triads and things like that. And then I just gave them like a minute to look at the board and just begin connecting this even more, so that different things can stand for the same element, or same thing really. So I hope this tip helps. I found this like so useful for teaching younger students, because again, in terms of student-teacher connection, it works well because you're opening up the whole possibility and you're entering their world using examples that they could relate to, rather than just say, hey, this is the way it is, just do it this way. So I hope you found this of value. Would love to hear some of your own ideas for teaching kids. If you want to post below in the comments, and I'll catch you very soon.